Hi, I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and we're going to take a look at a Phobya fan today. It is the G Silent 18 700 RPM red LED 180 millimeter by 32 millimeter fan. Now, I don't have a large collection of these either. I have about as many of these as I do of the 200 millimeter fans. So I'll do another sound comparison like I did for the 200s. This is what it looks like. Nothing terribly exciting. The concave side is slightly textured, as is the convex side, although I'm not sure. I think it's extremely mild on both sides. And the hub is ever so slightly domed. It's got a 3-wire cable and 3 pins. So let's go ahead and see what we can learn about it. There's really nothing else special about it, but who knows? If you look at the bottom of the blades here, you can see there's just an ever so slight tooth there. Look at that one. It's so hard to make my fingers go the right direction because I'm not used to doing this. But there's a little tooth right at the bottom of each of these. I'm not sure if that's an aesthetic reason or if it's because they needed to decrease the thickness or the width of the blade at that end. But they're curved pretty aggressively, although not as aggressively as some fans. So I honestly don't feel that the specifications on the box match this fan. I've seen other specs that are supposed to be for the exact same fan, and they're much weaker than what's on the box. And like, for example, the spec sheet that I mentioned, it doesn't seem to match this fan either. So I'm not really sure what the correct specs are for this fan. So I will show you the spec sheet that I found for this fan, and I will show you the specs that I have from the box for this fan, but I don't think either of them are actually correct. So it's a 180 by 32 millimeter fan. As I said before, I don't think you're going to have an easy time finding it if you want to find it. It has 50,000 hours of life, 3-year warranty, 4 red LEDs. It weighs 340 grams, although the box says 432 grams. So that's another reason I think that either the seller that sent it to me, who went out of business, got ripped off, or I got ripped off. I really don't know which. I don't know what happened. But the fact that the difference in weight is that big, we're talking about almost 90 gram difference, suggests to me that I got a different fan than the box is for. There are 7 blades with 153 millimeters between the holes for the mounting, maximum 700 RPMs with variance of 10%. I did confirm that it is actually running at 700 RPMs. It doesn't go down to 0. Supposedly 169 cubic meters per hour, which converts to 99.5 cubic feet per minute. And again, I doubt that's right. The pressure is extremely low. The spec sheet, which I'll show you in a minute, says 1.3, but I highly doubt it. It does not feel like it's even 1. It feels like it's very close to the Errata, actually. Maximum decibels is supposed to be 18, which I think is accurate. The spec sheet says 25, which is not accurate. The fan's cable is 50.5 centimeters long. It cannot be daisy chained. It's not sleeved. It's a 3-pin DC connector with sleeve bearings, 12 volts, starting volts of 7. Now, the spec sheet says 10.8 to 13.2 for the minimum and maximum. The wattage is 1.32 with a maximum of 3 and 0.15 amps with a maximum of 0.25. It does have indicators for rotation and flow, turns in a clockwise direction, and comes with 4 screws only. So, yeah, not an impressive fan. Now, let's take a look at the spec sheet, which I have around here. So if we go to the top, we can see a whole bunch of stuff here. First, we want to know about the safety approval. So there's the CE approval. Apparently, it doesn't have approvals for anything else. It was an engineering sample, which may explain why it's different. It does provide auto restart. The connection lead type is a connector, not a wire. Okay. Bearing type is sleeve. Don't worry about the one sleeve. Yeah, it's normal. And material type is PC. I'm not sure what PC stands for. The measurements: rated voltage, operating voltage, rated current, maximum current, input power, maximum rated speed. Again, 700. I verified that. Less than 25 or less than or equal to 25 decibels, which no, it doesn't get that high. Airflow 60 CFM, life expectancy 38,000 hours. Operating temperature, storage temperature. Here are the materials that are in here, and here are some more specifications. It shows about the test that they ran, and it was the microphone was a meter from the intake side. A meter is a pretty big distance. I think I might be less than a meter away from my computer, but some people have their computers much closer than a meter. So at that distance, you're not going to hear a lot unless you got the fans running at maximum and they're strong fans. Certainly this is not a strong fan. We've got information about the life expectancy, including ambient temperature and the test standard. If the air pressure is 0, the airflow is 60. If the airflow is 0, then the air pressure is 1.3. You get, and obviously you're going to get both pressure and flow at the same time. This is just throttling the fan's performance in one way or the other to see what the static result is. And it talks about different kinds of resistances. And then it gives physical specifications. Now it says 165 millimeters between the holes. I'm curious about that. Yeah, that's right. Don't know what I put over here, so let me just make sure I put the right thing. Nope, I didn't put the right thing. 165. There we go. Sorry about that. I'll have to double check the Akasa just to make sure. And then there's the rest of that information and notes. Instructions, basically. Oh, and here's something that you rarely see on the box or on anything with the fan or their website, how much you should torque it down. Do not exceed 4 kilograms of force. So I wonder if that's fairly standard for most fans, or if it's because of the material. This is fairly rigid material on this fan, and also the fan blades are fairly rigid. So if we go back up to the materials list, we can see that the fan blades are made with PC, which is the type of plastic. Polycarbonate, I think. Right. Well, That's all there is to it. I'd like to thank Grinler at Bleeping Computer for allowing me to share my videos and posts on his website. Bleeping Computer has a lot of resources, including vetted programs, malware removal instructions, malware removal volunteers, other kinds of volunteers for IT, cybersecurity information, and more. It's a great place to go. Give it a try. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.